Today I fucked up by having a shower. So this just happened, but it's going to need a little background first. I'm a bit of tech nerd. I'm the most computer literate person in my house. If there's a problem, people come to me, even if it's trivial. My dad is quite close to retirement. He's also a bit of a technophobe. Today, the majority of my family headed out to give him space for his call, myself excluded, as I have mild agoraphobia, especially now. That meant I didn't get to shower in the morning. I also, for the above reason, was in charge of the alarm for the meeting, on my phone. It meant I couldn't do anything until it had gone off and gave a 15-minute window to sort things. I asked if it was okay to go wash, as it would mean there'd be no interruptions. He agreed and I went on my way. It's not the first time he's used Zoom, it's about the 10th time now. I stupidly assumed things were going to be fine. I'm upstairs in the bathroom when the meeting starts. Naked, exfoliating scrub on my face with one foot in the bathtub. The shower is over it. Next thing I know, there's a bang on the door, and as I turn round, my dad is there, panicking because he's muted the call and can't work out how to turn it on. His arm thrusts round the door as he tries to explain in a jumbled rush of words, phone in hand. Zoom already connected. Camera facing me. I locked eyes with his union rep. My naked, scrub-faced body is on show to this random guy I don't know and about 20 others not shown. The only thing I can do is shout "Dad," and mostly fail to cover myself as his arm is between me and the towel rack. He wasn't thinking, clearly. Hasn't apologized yet, as the meeting is still running with everyone trying to act like nothing happened. I'm now hiding in my room, but I'm so embarrassed I want to spontaneously combust. TL/Doctor, my dad doesn't know how to Zoom properly and flashed my naked, about to shower body to 20 strangers when he came to ask for help. Velp, you've broken the seal. Time to start that OnlyFans. At least no one will remember your face. XD, I'll take that as a compliment if it's the case. I'm not paper bag ugly, but also not the most attractive TBH. Let's just say I'm well endowed but a bit huggable. Holy shit, you better get a new F-King car for Christmas. The good thing is that you will most likely never meet this people in your life, I guess, and you have a good story you can tell people. I may be honest, this gave me a good chuckle, so thanks for that and good luck with the aftermath, weeblet. Today I fucked up by literally translating a German saying to a date in England. This happened roughly 25 years ago in the mid-90s and I was barely an adult back then. I was in the German Navy and we were in Plymouth, England for exercises with the Royal Navy. As it goes, we spent our time off duty in the city, trying to get laid find dates. It was a 3-on-3 and my date was a very cute woman I did in fact hit it off with. My English was not very good back then. What I learned in school plus very specific things I used in radio operation, but which are useless in conversation. I could make myself understood, but small talk was a bit of a challenge. Now, we were in England, so obviously we encountered rain. It poured and we hurried into a pub. When we had gotten rid of our wet jackets, I looked at my date and she was drenched. It was cute. I wanted to comment on that. I had an expression in mind from my native language. Translated it in my head and just said it. You look like a wet dog. Yeah, I really did that. I had no idea why she, and the other two women, froze. Next I knew, I had her beer in my face and she was done with me. Now, the German saying would actually have to be translated literally as you look like a doused poodle. I just didn't know the words doused or poodle then. I doubt that it would have gone much better with that. In Germany, the words for male and female dogs can be used as insults, but it's old-timey. I didn't learn what bitch really translates to until many years later. I had no idea of the negative weight of comparing a person to a dog in English. Granted, it wouldn't have been the most witty quip in German, too. I was young, awkward and inexperienced. I tried hard and failed spectacularly. It wasn't the first beer, actually it was more like a cider, I guess. I got into my face and that first time, I don't have any language barrier as an excuse. There was no more fallout from it. The other women didn't turn their backs to their date. It was just me who was fucked by the fuck up. And I at least learned from it. because I would be hearing that for months to come. I am much more careful with translations since then. It's not a big one, but I hope you can get a little smile from it. I do still think about it every so often. I am very good in remembering the most painful moments of shame I produced for myself. Too long didn't read. I called a woman a wet dog by wrongly and improperly translating a German saying about people who went into the rain. Got a beer to the face for it. Learned much about the danger translations. Ha 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 ha! Exclamation mark. Found this extremely funny because I am an exchange student in Germany and currently learning German. I have been in several very awkward situations because of a misunderstanding caused by my intermediate German skills. It's often a result of me misunderstanding something someone said, but there were also situations where I used the wrong term and the other person misunderstood. But I look back at those memories and laugh. Can usually laugh about many fuck-ups, but I feel like in this one I hurt somebody unintentionally, which makes it cringy to me. I don't like that. It's not like this is keeping them up at night, though. Regarding your experiences, I feel ya. Obviously. Smile. This made my laugh to death lol, Shernan tag. That's what I hoped for. Smile Ebenso. You have to be a very not awkward Swiss man for calling women dogs to work. At least a very, very unawkward man, I'd say. I mean, I think I could pull it off nowadays. I did catch some experience by chance and can make conversation by now. I can even be witty on demand. On good days. Hilarious story. At least you were brave enough to try to speak the language. Many, especially my fellow Americans, would expect everyone else to use English, even when they're surrounded by millions of folks speaking their own native tongues. German isn't a language many people speak. It's something we are well aware of. I never expect to get anywhere with German outside of the trifecta of German-speaking countries. There's the possibility to have some people understand it in the neighboring countries, but it's never guaranteed. Also, wanting to get laid is a powerful motivator to put yourself out there, if you're young and horny. Smile. To be fair, the English version, at least in the UK, is drowned rat, which should technically be more offensive, but might have been less insulting. Language is weird. Yeah, I didn't know and it wouldn't even have crossed my mind. See, if I'd call a German person a dog in German, they'd probably look at me funny, because it would be a rather weak, very anachronistic kind of insult. Most people would assume that I'm joking. If I'd call them a rat, that would actually be more insulting, because that one is still used. I mean, it's still rather weak, because we got all those colorful insults from America to use. But it would definitely be a bit more insult. Why? Funny thing is, I'd thought about it way more if I'd known the British version, because that sounds awful. Wanting to call her a doused poodle clearly wasn't my brightest moment in any case. I wanted to be conversational and witty and ended up being stupid no matter what. Today I fucked up by assigning a book I'd never read to a teen student. Today I fucked up. I'm teaching a 9th grade girl, 13, an English class, and we had selected Fahrenheit 451 to read. When I went to the used bookstore, I was surprised to not find any copies among the Vonnegut novels. Yeah, I know it was written by Ray Bradbury, but I had a brain fart. So, instead of F451 I looked down and saw The Color Purple by Alice Walker. I immediately thought that it will be fun to read the book, then watch the movie, a great old movie that I haven't seen for many years. So, I got us each copies and gave hers to my student yesterday. Shortly after she went home, I went outside, sat down to read and have a cigar. I opened the book and on page 1, paraphrasing slightly, her dad, said, "You're gonna do what your mama won't." Then he wiggled his thing on my hip, then grabbed my titties, and stuck his thing in my pussy. After that I got sick every time I had to do the cooking. First page and we've got incest, pregnancy, vivid description of sex and murder of the baby. No wonder this book wasn't on the recommended reading list. Exclamation mark. Too long didn't read. Today I fucked up by assigning our book with very mature topics to a 13-year-old girl. You're teaching English but you wrote hers and Fahrenheit. Bruh. The 13 years. Oh girl reading the first page be like, now we're talking. That's gonna be a fun parent-teacher conference. Yeah well shit.